Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. So, if you're anywhere near the world of data, you have definitely heard the name Databricks. But how do you actually prove you know your stuff on their platform? Well, today we're going to break down the key credential that does exactly that, the Databricks Certified Data Engineer Associate exam. Let's jump in. So, first things first, why do we even need something like Databricks? Well, it all kicks off with a problem that, let's be honest, almost every data team has felt. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It's that feeling of chaos. You know, when you've got tools all over the place and getting a simple, valuable answer from your data feels way, way harder than it's supposed to be. And this visual really shows the before and after picture. On the left, that's the old way. It's messy, it's siloed, and everything is just slow. You've got your data engineers, your data scientists, your analysts, all working on different copies of the data. And what does that lead to? Total confusion. But on the right, that's the promise of a unified platform. One single source of truth where everyone is collaborating on live data. The result? You get speed and you get trust. And that brings us right to the solution that Databricks is offering, a way to slice right through all that complexity by bringing the entire data workflow together. Okay, so at its heart, this is the big idea behind the Databricks platform. You should think of it less like a single tool and more like a big collaborative workbench for your entire data team. It's built to knock down the walls between data engineering and data analytics so you can go from raw data all the way to AI models, all within one single environment. So how does it actually do this? Well, it comes down to three really key things. First, it runs inside your own cloud environment. That is a huge deal for security because your data never has to leave your control. Second, it's all built on open source standards like Apache Spark, so you're not getting locked into some proprietary system you can't get out of. And third, it has this thing called Unity Catalog, which is kind of the secret sauce for giving you unified governance and control over all your data from the very beginning. All right, so we get the platform, but what does it take for you, a data engineer, to actually master it? Let's dive into the core skills that you're going to need. And this is exactly where the certification comes into play. It's not about some abstract theory, It's specifically designed to confirm that you can handle the essential day-to-day tasks of a data engineer using the platform. Everything from building data pipelines to deploying and managing them effectively. Now, if you want to know where to focus your study time, this right here is your treasure map. Just look at this breakdown. Data processing and development and ingestion. Together, they make up more than 60% of the entire exam. That tells you everything you need to know. This certification is all about your practical, hands-on ability to actually move and transform data. Knowing the skills is one thing, but proving you have them is how you really move your career forward. So let's look at the nuts and bolts of the exam itself, the official stamp of approval. So what are you actually up against? Well, the good news is the exam is super focused and to the point. You're going to be facing 45 multiple choice questions. It's not about writing long essays, it's about knowing the right answer when you see it. And here are the key logistics you'll want to remember. You get 90 minutes to tackle those 45 questions. So that's about 2 minutes for each one. The registration fee is $200, and your certification is good for 2 years. That's pretty standard, and it makes sure that certified pros are staying up to date as the platform keeps evolving, which it does very quickly. Okay, now this part is really important. While technically anyone can take the exam, Databricks makes a really strong recommendation. You should have at least 6 months of hands-on experience first. The takeaway here is crystal clear. This is not a test you can just cram for over a weekend. It's really designed to validate real-world practical skills. So, all of this leads us to the big question, right? How do you actually prepare for this thing? Let's walk through the recommended path that'll take you from just being curious to being certified. And the great news is Databricks lays out a super clear game plan for you. It's this really smart cycle of learning and then reinforcing that learning. You start by reviewing the exam guide, then you do the training, but here's the crucial step. You register for the exam, and then you re-review the guide. This time, looking specifically for your weak spots. This little trick lets you focus your final study hours where they're going to count the most, right before you take the test. So when you put it all together, it's pretty clear this is so much more than just a test. In a world drowning in data chaos, earning this certification is your way of showing everyone that you have the proven skills to build reliable, scalable solutions on a platform that is absolutely central to modern data engineering. At the end of the day, the demand for data engineers who can cut through the noise and deliver real value is only going up. This certification is a clear, powerful path to proving you're one of them. So the only question left is the one you see right here. Thanks for tuning in to this explainer.